Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving deep, and I mean really deep, to separate the scary stories from the surprising truth about one of the ocean's most misunderstood animals, the shark. So let's just start with a quick question for you. When I say the word shark, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Is it this, terrifying mighty beast, or could it be something else entirely? For a lot of us, right, that image is straight out of the movies. It's a monster from the deep. But today, we're going to challenge that idea. We're going to get a whole lot closer to what's really going on. Okay, let's jump right in with the biggest myth of them all, the one we hear all the time, this idea that sharks are actively out there hunting people. The common belief, the one that really scares people, is that we're on their menu. It's a terrifying thought for sure, but the actual science? Well, it tells a very, very different story. And when you really look at what a shark eats every day, it's way less dramatic than Hollywood would have you believe. They're mostly eating fish, other invertebrates, like squid or clams. And humans, we are just not a natural part of their diet. So, you might be asking, if they're not hunting us, why do attacks happen? And here's the key. It's almost always a tragic case of mistaken identity. Think about it. From underneath, looking up, the shape of a person on a surfboard can look a whole lot like a seal. It's a terrible mistake, but it's not a malicious hunt. Now let's talk about another thing everybody thinks of when they picture a shark. Those teeth. Are they really all just rows and rows of sharp, pointy daggers? Well, this slide really shows you the huge gap between what we imagine and what's actually true. We kind of picture this one type of scary tooth, but nature has created a whole toolkit. Shark teeth are unbelievably diverse, and each kind is specialized for what that shark eats. Just look at these two wild examples that totally break that stereotype. You've got the huge basking shark. It's a filter feeder. It has these tiny little teeth it doesn't even use for eating. And then there's the horn shark, which has these amazing molar-like teeth that are perfect for crushing hard shells. Not exactly the daggers we all picture, right? So we've busted some pretty big myths about their diet and their teeth. But what we're about to get into now, this is the most important and honestly the most shocking part of the whole story. And this leads to a pretty tough question we have to ask ourselves. For decades, we've been the ones calling sharks indiscriminate killers. But when you look at the facts, you have to wonder who the real victim is in the relationship between us and them. So what's behind this? A huge part of the problem is the global demand for just one thing: shark fins, for soup. It's an industry that's causing devastation in our oceans. And the whole thing is propped up by claims that just don't hold up. Get this. The whole reason given for this industry is, itself, a myth. The claim is that the fins are delicious and super nutritious. The reality? They're totally tasteless. They just add texture. And they have absolutely zero nutritional value. None. An entire ecosystem is being put at risk for an ingredient that has no flavor and no health benefits. Okay, now let's look at the numbers, because this is where the story completely flips on its head. On average, around the world, sharks kill about 6 people a year. 6! In that same year, humans kill an estimated 100 million sharks. And this quote from the material we're looking at, it really says it all, doesn't it? When you see 100 million versus 6, you've really got to ask, who's the one being indiscriminate? So, the big takeaway here isn't just that sharks are actually the victims in this story. It's that their survival is absolutely crucial for the health of our oceans. And that means it's crucial for all of us. You see, they're not just predators. They're more like the ocean's regulators. They're at the top of the food chain, and their job is to keep other marine populations healthy and in check. They are essential for keeping the entire delicate ocean ecosystem in balance. And that really brings us to our final thought for this explainer. After looking at everything from the mistaken identity to those just unbelievable numbers, it leaves us with one powerful question to think about. Who should really be afraid of whom?